Hi, it's Gary from Echidna Sewing here, and today we're going to be taking a look at how to correctly insert the needle on the Halo 100 multi-needle embroidery machine. More importantly, we're going to really dig in on how you actually set the angle of the needle on this machine, or in fact this will apply to any multi-needle embroidery machine that uses a round shank needle. And of course, round shank needle means that you do need to get it in the right way, otherwise your machine won't work correctly. So we're going to be using the needle positioning magnet and show you exactly how easy this is to achieve. So this is the rare earth magnet. It's a little cylindrical magnet, and they're very strong. This is what you'll get when you order the product, and you'll also get this instruction sheet. So, and along with this video, you'll have more than enough information on how to use it. And how this works is we just take the magnet, hold it, and gently apply it to the front of the needle. Make sure the thread is not in the needle, that will just confuse things. But you can see now that magnet is sitting almost perfectly square with the machine. And that means that the needle is pretty much inserted correctly. I'm going to show you the needle beside that now. Needle number 5, you can see the magnet is actually set on a very, very weird angle. That is incorrect. And let's go to needle number 7, and you'll see again that that is set also not square. And those two needles will not work correctly. The stitches won't form correctly, and you'll have all sorts of problems. So in order to show you how this works, we're going to take the needle out of the center, and even though that was relatively correctly set, I'm just going to undo the screw there, take the needle out, and we'll reinsert it. Now, needles all have a scarf and a long groove. Now, it's important right from the get-go to get it in roughly in the right way. The scarf of the needle, which is the little indent above the eye, that's the back of the needle, and it must go to the back. So when we insert the needle, just make sure you've roughly got the scarf in the back position. Insert the needle into the foot and up into the slot with the needle relatively in the right position. Now, a little tip, take an old needle that you've got, make sure the point is still relatively okay, and put that into the needle eye, and you can use that to, in fact, if I get that needle eye there, twist the needle around like so, until you've roughly got it in the right position. And what I want to do is set this needle so as that the needle, the scarf, is pointing towards 11:30 on the clock dial, and those instructions will show that. I'm sitting to the side of the machine, so I really can't see what I'm doing, but there we go. So what I'm going to do is just twist that needle using the needle in the eye there. So I roughly think it's at about 11:30 on the clock dial, and that's where it is. And now I'm just going to nip that screw up, and I'm going to use the magnet to check that. Now remember, my scarf is at the back of the needle, and if I put my magnet on the needle, you'll see it's on a slight angle heading towards essentially 11:30. If it was pointing straight back as it was originally, that would be 12 o'clock, and that will work too, but this is a pro tip. You'll get actually a slightly better stitch formation if you twist the needle ever so slightly towards that 11:30 on the dial, and again, the instructions explain that. Now let's look at the needle beside that, which was clearly quite wrong. That's pointing way over towards, I guess, 10 o'clock almost, and that's not going to work very well. To correct that, here's the tip. Just take the magnet off because it will get in the way. Undo the needle screw. Take that old needle that you've got, and again, putting the tip of the needle into the eye, if I can find it, there it is, and rotate that till you think it's in the right position, which I think it is right there. Nip that up again. Take my magnet and check that one now. And there you go, that's now the correct position. And likewise, on this one that was completely the opposite, we would just put the needle tip into the eye, turn it to where we think it should be, which is that 11:30 mark, check it with the magnet and tighten up. The other thing you must always make sure you do is make sure the needles are inserted all the way up in the machine, because that's very important. And if you don't do that correctly, your machine won't stitch 100% for sure. So needle position is very important, and this product is now available. You will get full instructions with this, so it's pretty simple. Watch this video again if you're not too sure of it when you get it, but Just ensuring that that angle of your needle is correct is going to make a huge difference, and it's one of the most common things we have to deal with when people ring us and say, hey, my machine's not performing correctly. It's so often just the needle's not inserted correctly. So hope that helps. Cheers for now.